I'm going to be showing you how to make the pattern for this rounded accordion shape. First thing I do is draw a line that's 20 centimetres long, mark the centre point, and then using a pair of compasses, draw a semicircle with a radius of 10 centimetres. And then I'm going to draw another semicircle with a radius of 3 centimetres. You could pick whatever measurements you wanted to, it will change the outcome of the final shape that you make. I'm using my set square to draw a line at 90-degree angle to the bottom line. And then I'm going to divide the left hand side up into 8 equal parts. So I'm using a protractor to do this, but you could just divide it with a ruler. Another way to do it would be to cut that section out and to fold it so that you have equal parts. So I'm marking 3 centimetres down, every other one, and then I'm going to join these up. So what I'm making here is a plan, a cross section of the final shape that I'm going to make. And at the bottom I'm just marking 1 centimetre down, and this would be the inside. So once I've marked them off, I join them up in the same way that I mark the top. And the sections at the bottom, that's 1 centimetre long, and then the top line is 3 centimetres. So now I've planned it, I can draw the actual pattern for the shape that I'm making. So I've drawn a line at 20 centimetres again, and then drawn a semicircle with a radius of 10 centimetres. It's the same measurements because the shape we're making would be a ball. And then I just need the measurement of the inner semicircle, but this time it's going at the side, as we're looking at a cross section of it. So marking the centre and drawing up to the top. And then the measurement down here is the 3 centimetres. So I've marked that there, and then the next one I need to mark is this 1 centimetre here. So I can measure that with my ruler, but whenever you're measuring on a curve, it's always better to use a flexible measuring tape, especially if it's bigger than 1 centimetre. So I've got the 3 centimetre dot and a 1 centimetre dot. So I need to join those up. So you could just use your compass to find the circle, or another way is to measure between the 2 points and then to mark the centre point. So divide that measurement by 2. So draw a line there, and then at the point that you measured, square off from there, and then the point where it crosses your other line, that's the centre of the circle that will go through both of those points. So draw that round to the other side as well. And then the shape in the middle is your pattern. As I'm going to be sewing this together, I'm adding a centimetre seam allowance all the way around the outside. You don't need to do this in a different pen, I'm just showing you so you can see the difference between the lines. So when that's all done, we can cut that out. And because of my original plan here, I can count how many pieces of fabric I'll need. So 8 for the section that I drew, so 16 altogether. So I'm pinning the pattern onto some cotton, and I folded it up so there's 8 pieces here, so I can cut out 8 in one go. It's easier to cut lots of fabric if you've got sharp scissors. I've already cut out the other 8 pieces from some calico. So take the pins out. So I've got 8 cotton ones, and 8 calico ones. So that's the 16 that I need to make up the semicircle. So to do it, pin one on top of the other. And then sew a centimetre all the way along the top. There you go, that's the first section made. So to make the next section, put that one down and pin it along the bottom, so a centimetre around there, but making sure you don't catch the other side of the original one while you're stitching. So if it's a bit bumpy along the top, it's where the seam allowance is gathering as it's trying to stretch around a curve. So to release the tension, you can snip into the seam allowance right up to the stitch line, but be careful not to go through it. Okay, so when you turn it round, the line will be smoother and you can give it a press with the iron as well. So to join your next section on, put that piece on top, pin those ones together. If you're sewing by hand, you could draw a line at 1 centimetre along the edge of each one, and that will make it easier to keep them even. So again, make sure you don't catch the section that you've already sewn. So a centimetre around there. Then snip into it. Then you've got 2 sections made. And then you just keep repeating the same 2 steps over and over again until you've got your final shape. So you can see all the stitches are on the inside. You could have on the outside if you wanted to. And the shape's quite pliable and you can turn it into lots of different shapes. And you can see there where I've used 2 different sorts of fabric as well. And there you go, so that's how you make the rounded accordion shape. If you carried on making another 8 sections, it would be a ball.